Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Case 22. It's time to talk about the GOAT of One Piece, and not just the best antagonist, not just the drippiest. I am talking about the most elite character in the One Piece manga. My name is Detective Hemmings, codename Paperwork. Welcome to this case. The best character in One Piece.
Let's go!
The Mihawk defeater. The Slayer of
The
Mihawk.
Mihawk defeater?
You never seen. You ain't never seen a nigga beat the main character not once, twice.
In the same arc. He leaving with Nico Robin. Nico Robin, like, why would you even give them a chance to survive with the key? He was like, what? The real key is right here. Why would I give them the key?
Shake the legs out, gotta crack the knuckles, you know what I'm saying? This is the best character in One Piece, nigga. Character! Villain! Shichibukai, whatever, pirate, nah. You see the title of the video, and you heard what I said in that tier list stream clip. Your eyes and ears are working perfectly fine. I mean this. You what? Crocodile isn't the best warlord, or pirate, or antagonist, villain in my eyes. He is the best character in the entire narrative. I'll be making the case as to why I think and feel this, but first a few prefaces. A pushback I've often gotten is that he isn't in One Piece that long. To which I'd respond, so what? Is time, quantity, the determining factor of a great character? Or is it quality? I'd argue what we see, hear, and learn from a character, even briefly, is more important on average than time spent. Another common rebuttal I hear when I speak positively about Crocodile and say he's my favorite character is that he lost to pre-gear Luffy, so he's trash. There is this weird phenomenon in our community where a lot of a character's worth is solely tied to fighting, combat, feats, and or their win-loss ratio. Smoker. I don't think I need to explain how wrong that is, but with that being said, don't forget Crocodile is 2-1 versus Luffy. He's winning the series. But without further ado, let's speak on the greatness of the president of Baroque's work, Mr. Zero, Sir Crocodile, the Desert King.
A little something like eeny, meeny, right from the beginning. Smoke a little pack, but the pack never timid. Church, but I'm seeing it. Curse when I'm winning. She need a new back. When it's back, I'ma bend it. Slap up some guinea. Pass me the hen it. Watch a nigga black slipper yak, I'ma quit it. Swerve in the Benzie. Perfume is Fendi. Bob and move fast, real fast like I'm Ricky. That's 'cause I'm pretty. Came from the dirt. Shovel up a nigga can't handle the work. Ooh, y'all, swing with it first. Young white girl.
Oh, let's break it down!
Crocodile's main involvement in the story of One Piece comes primarily from the pre-time skip, the Alabasta saga, most specifically the Alabasta arc, where he's the main antagonist and the first Shichibukai we saw in action. And Oda delivered in great fashion in my opinion because I believe that Crocodile is the best antagonist in my opinion. Let's hear Pat speak about it for a little bit.
He holding Vivi. He holding Vivi at the top of the Alabasta Palace.
He evil.
He like, when will you understand? If you do this, the war will be stopped. If you do that, the world will be stopped. This rebellion is not gonna be stopped. I'm like, what do you mean by that? The Straw Hats do their thing. They stop the bomb, and they over here getting ready to celebrate. This nigga put a timer on the bomb because he didn't trust the subordinates.
One thing that I love to be able to do as an ancient One Piece fan is frame how things were back in the day. Because what I'm about to say may not come across as impressive right now, but it was for the time period. It's the very reason why I'm super appreciative of older gamers when they speak about gaming, when they can contextualize something like the arcade era. I was not alive for that. So when they talk about how gaming was in the mid 80s, going to put your little quarter in to play Pac-Man or whatever or what have you, I really love that. It helps me understand more. We'll get there in a second. Crocodile's slow burn reveal was really well done. I especially love that moment when Zoro was restless on top of that perverted crab and Sanji is talking about him not being able to sit still. He's restless because he believes Luffy could lose. Like, we have this small incremental build up to this guy, Crocodile, the first warlord of the sea that we're going to witness and experience. Even from a devil fruit standpoint, seeing him drain that liquid from the cup and seeing it go a little bit lower and that coming full circle when he uses Barahan on Galdino, but then you realize that no, that ability to dry people up, dehydrate if you will, is a subset extra ability granted to him from the Suna Suna no Mi because he's a sandman, living sand. Crocodile is being seen as a hero, fanning the flames of war in secret, causing a civil war. These are warlords, government-approved pirates. So as a first-time reader, you likely have mixed feelings on why this pirate is being celebrated. Not to get to what I was talking about earlier. He beats Luffy not once, but twice in a single arc. And allow me to explain why that's important. Most of us were unaccustomed to that in Battle Shonen. At the time, this was rare. Luffy, with the exception of Smoker to this point, was stronger than all of his main opponents in my honest opinion, from Alvida all the way to like Mr. 3 Galdino. But he always had a gimmick, a trap or ability to overcome. For example, Arlong's Fishman physiology, or the multitude of weapons that Don Krieg had. So when he learns Crocodile's weakness to liquid, and is now fighting him and still loses, a lot of us were honestly in disbelief. Legendary moment. Grand Line level? That might be real. And Luffy was looking underprepared for this tier. I would like to take this opportunity to speak on Crocodile's extremely low bounty because it's something that I think people think is laughable about him. But I see it like this. Whatever he accomplished so young, so early, so quickly was enough for the world government to say, we need him, that guy, right here, right now. I do think you can look at it as and be unimpressed, but I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum here because I do think the bounty, obviously within the narrative of One Piece, is how dangerous you are to the world government specifically, but I do think it can be misleading. I understand you looking at a bounty like Dofi's and seeing how high it is at the Chichibukai and being very impressed, but I can conversely look at Boa Hancock and be like, for your thing to be 80, get frozen, and they want you to be one of the worlds of the sea, I think that's equally as impressive. I think you could look at it differently depending on your point of view. Before I move on to my next point, I actually need to highlight the sheer genius of what Crocodile was trying to accomplish in Alabasta. Being a pirate, the Marines didn't know how to secret organization, creating a war, robbing a desert kingdom of its rain, and possibly getting his hands on information or, and maybe what he thought at the time, the literal ancient weapon, with Alabasta as his base of operations, possibly having the Pluton in a sandy land kingdom devoid of rain, bro, he would have been virtually unstoppable. Because to this day, there is not many combatants that I believe can fairly beat Crocodile in the literal desert. It's too much of a home field advantage. I often wonder what would have happened if he succeeded.
Chilling right in that cell.
What
boy.
did I see? I see Crocodile in the jail uniform. The second part of pre-time skip where Crocodile is prevalent is during the Summit Wars saga, specifically the Impel Down and Marineford arcs. While I am a huge fan of Crocodile and he was already my favorite character, I thought he was super cool, I did not think we'd see him again. And this is where I think his character gets far more intriguing. And we see him in a different thematic role here, in a different light. From the confined, controlled Alabasta, where he's the main antagonist and planned everything, and basically the strongest person there. People were trying to fight up a weight class and compete on his level. But he's been knocked down a peg here. we're seeing him with combatants as strong as he is, if not stronger. An amazing change of pace since the last time we saw him. It had actually been a while. Ivankov even has a secret to keep this man in check. From leader, boss, Sandlogia to this? Fascinating to say the least. Crocodile is obviously my favorite character in this manga, and as a result of this, I'm sure a lot of y'all are thinking this means I'm biased. I have an agenda. Propaganda to push. And that's a fair point. Fair enough. I am of the belief that just because an individual believes their opinion to be impartial, that isn't indicative of them inherently having a good or bad argument. Being truly objective in art and literature is actually quite difficult. For example, here are two objective statements about One Piece. The main character in One Piece is Monkey D. Luffy. Somebody who's cheeky might be like, oh man, en français c'est comme ça. Whatever, I'm not here for that. Luffy's epithet is Straw Hat Luffy. You see how I'm saying things that you can't really refute? Because that is what it is. All I'm saying is that I think it's totally fine for your favorite player to be Ronaldo, but you also think he's the GOAT. Your thoughts and emotions and subjectivity do not inherently make your case you are trying to make null and void. This is about to get a little personal. Crocodile is a loser, a failure, a self-admitted silver medalist. And I respect this greatly because of the self-awareness, accountability, and authenticity. He was a hotshot rookie who became known as a warlord but faced an embarrassing, humiliating, humbling defeat at the hands of Whitebeard, the insurmountable wall of the Yonko. And Crocodile runs away from the New World to scheme in paradise to come up with a way to become Pirate King. Oh yeah, you ain't know? There's a cover story of Miss Golden Week that highlights a lot of their dreams. Mr. 1 wanted to be a hero. Crocodile's dream was to become Pirate King.
You what?
What does this information mean? It means he has the same dream as our main character, but not the same will and determination as Luffy to simply reach Pirate King, become Pirate King, or die in the process. What I love about moments like this is that it recontextualizes older moments. It changes the context within them. So let's look at an earlier moment in Alabasta, when the Crocodile essentially calls Luffy a loudmouth rookie that hadn't seen everything the world had to offer and the monsters that it was hiding. Was Crocodile really talking to Luffy? Or was he speaking to his past self? The overconfident rookie who became a warlord that learned the power of an emperor. Crocodile is not lacking in self-confidence. He simply isn't delusional. I would argue, like myself, he knows what he's great at and where he isn't. Now, he's not going to let you know that, but you see what I'm saying? That Crocodile is most certainly above average. He's simply not exceptional. My life really came to a change after college. I'm an athlete, soccer player. From elementary school, I always was somewhat successful and valued because of my physical gifts and skills. But then school was over, and I was in the real world. No one cares if you can score hat tricks, if you run 100 meters in under 11 seconds, or can dunk. Credit, status, money, these are the things that matter now in the real world. And real life handed me a crushing defeat as well. So I ran into the things that I understood. Women, drinking, my hobbies, because I lacked the willpower and determination at the time to meet life head on. Trying to find these get rich quick schemes or what have you. None of it was working. Here in Crocodile, a man so well known, regarded, respected, and powerful admit that he essentially was a loser truly resonated with me. Huh? What's that? You take issue with me calling Croco Boy strong? That's rather interesting, considering despite losing to pre-gear Luffy, he held his own and then some at the Paramount War. He went straight for Edward Newgate's neck, fought and clashed with Dofi, Jozu, Mihawk, Stop the Kainu, like, stop playing. Supreme grade hook. All jokes aside, I'm not thrusting Crocodile into the upper echelon of the strongest characters in One Piece, but Oda showed that him losing to Luffy does not affect what he is capable of doing as an overall fighter in the One Piece verse. So put some respect on his name. Crocodile has major trust issues, something that I can also relate to.
I haven't trusted anyone from the start.
His agents didn't know his identity, although that was also partially because of the Marines and world government, and as soon as Robin lied and outlived her usefulness, he tried to kill her. I'm going to crystallize a point I'd bet my good ball sack on most One Piece readers never noticed. Crocodile is a very capable man on his own. He is one of the smartest characters we've seen. He's composed, cool, observant, and boasts some of the best devil fruit mastery we've seen despite him not being awakened. He does a lot alone. Just like Mihawk. Relax. Mihawk's biggest weakness is that he's a lone force. If he had a crew, maybe an island, a base of operations, he'd maybe be a Yonko. Crocodile holds back how overall effective he can be because he doesn't trust anyone, not even his subordinates. Even Kid, a pirate through and through, cares about his niggas like Killer. Luffy cares about his crew, they're his friends, his Nakama. Whitebeard treats his crew like family. This is a part of their strength and strength of character, the willingness to trust and accept help. Something that I'm working on. And I think Crocodile is too. He didn't seem to care about anyone in Baroque's work except Das Bones. And Mr. One accepted the invitation saying, if it's you, alright bet, I'll escape, I was getting bored anyways. Crocodile seems to at least have a good working relationship with him, and I hope they become a formidable duo. I even think he somewhat defended his right hand man against Mihawk in Marineford. Now, I'd argue his way of doing things, being overly pragmatic to the point of treason is why he's lost a lot in the world, but I also love it because it's like real villainy, real piracy, real cold, calm, collected analysis. Pirates should not be trusted. Kurasogirdo. You already know the leader, Crocodile, leader of Mihawk and Buggy and the rest of the gang, is out here. He's back with a 2 Billy Berry bounty. Yeah, I rounded it up. I'm glazing. What you gonna do? Honestly, with how Buggy wants to get to One Piece, I do think the cross skills are going to be extremely important moving forward. I don't know exactly how or what role Crocodile will get to play, but I'm very excited to see it all come to fruition and see him use hockey with his sand and Logi ability. So we'll see how that all plays out, but that's kind of the last little tidbit we've gotten of Crocodile as of this video. My goal for real. This video was not a recap, character analysis to that degree, or like how strong is Crocodile. I wanted to highlight the specific things that I believe make him fantastic as a character, fascinating as a character. And it's really an amalgamation of everything. Great design, he looks dope, drip, swag, smart as hell, has an extremely cool role in the story, great ability, a fantastic reintroduction, and a contradictory energy. Super rude and condescending, yet is a self-admitted second place man. Doesn't trust anyone, and that over pragmatism led him to losing his title. Leaving Impel down to beat Shirohige, but putting that aside to not let the Marines win. This man is the best. The GOAT. The best! 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 Listen. And there you have it. I've made the case. And I know I'm right. So consider this case solved. He's the GOAT! The GOAT! Thanks for watching. Be safe. Have a nice day.